So do not jump into the mud with them. And if you are thinking that you are better than, then that is the mud too. We want to remind you. Hey guys, it is Joe and Belinda, and we are here once again with a channeling message from the angel collective called Sam. And today we've been asking a few questions, so be sure to watch the other videos because we have had some really good questions lately, and they have been some very insightful answers. So today Belinda has another question, and I am going to go into the channeling state, and we will see what Sam has to say about today's topic.
Hmm.
Are you ready, Belinda?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let me just take a sip of water here. Okay. Hello, dear ones. Hello. Hmm. We are so happy to welcome you again to engage in a conversation of intrigue. Yes. As you come forth, bringing the loving energy that is so needed right now in the planet. This is a gathering point for many of you who are seeking that energy of love, looking for guidance and reassurance. We welcome you, dear ones. How may we be of assistance?
Hi, thank you for coming. And I have a question today.
Yes.
Okay, so with so many current polarizing ideas and beliefs, how
Mhm.
do family and friends navigate without alienating them or causing further friction?
Ah. Well, the desire to not cause friction will be part of the problem, or part of the challenge, we would say, for there is no problems ever. Rather, there is experiences, there are perspectives. And the reason that the planet is currently in the chaos that it feels like to so many, from, as you might say, either side of the tracks, or either side of the belief system, or either side of the political party, this is all occurring in order to prepare for the next phase of humanity. For we have told this one, if you leave mud at the bottom of the bucket, you will forget it's there. And the water in the top will appear clear, but it is not, for there is mud. This time of friction is being brought about in order to stir up the mud and get it out, to bring love and compassion to the greatest fears currently running through humanity. So rather than viewing your family or friends from a perspective of friction or I have this belief and I am right and you are wrong. Rather, allow yourself to separate the mud from the water. It is not, mm, as this one always says, what would love do? For it comes down to mm, the belief or the faith that there is love and fear, and that is it. So if someone in your family or circle of friends is experiencing currently a fear that is appearing as a dense or dark energy, perhaps they are in resistance, then you do not want to add to that by occurring or mm, living in your resistance. For they are simply two separate perspectives. But rather you want to hold, if you are here listening to this, the intention and experience of love. What would love do? What would love say? If I am an expression of love, what can I put forth to enhance this situation, this conversation, this engagement? Sometimes the answer may be move away, for there is nothing wrong in allowing another their current belief. For some are stuck in the mud so deep that they are not in a current place to engage with love. But what would you do to a child who was in fear? You would not chastise them, you would not resist against them, but rather you would comfort them. You would let them experience their emotions in the moment, and you would show them love. That is the answer always. You would show them love. As the climate on your planet for politics, for belief systems, and so forth is being, as you said, polarized, you may engage with some who are not yet ready to leave their fear behind. Well, then, dear one, you must choose love for yourself. And love will always take care of you, for you are sending out the energy of whatever you are experiencing in this moment. The stronger energy will, as you say, win. So do not jump into the mud with them. And if you are thinking that you are better than, then that is the mud too, we want to remind you. But rather, I am here experiencing life on the planet just as they are. I hold the intention for love and compassion for everyone, including those who do not see things the way I do. That is love. Engaging with friends or family around topics that are polarizing and are very friction laden may not be the best solution. And you are human, so you will. We invite you to remember that the energy you hold when you are in a conversation is what you are adding to the conversation. If you are feeling friction yourself, then that is the energy you're adding. If you cannot engage with them directly without feeling friction, then move away. Step back. Pause. Get grounded. Do something that delights you. Reconnect to your higher self and to love. From that position, you may make a choice. Do you re-engage or do you disengage? For if you are having a conversation that is heated and full of friction and fear, because if you are in disagreement of their belief and you are standing firm in that you are right and they are wrong, then this is fear. And it would be best advised to disengage. For if you are someone who wants to add love, you need to find your way back to that again before engaging. So yes, it is difficult sometimes to disengage from family and friends, and you may feel the loss, and you may feel that it is their fault. That again is fear. It is the invitation to keep noticing where fear will pop up, for it is disguised in so many ways. And then the invitation once again is to return to love. however that may feel and look for you in the moment, but you will know it because it will feel good. A reminder that your body is the receiving information tower for your intuition and for your higher self and for the direct communication with spirit. You will know, dear one, if you are listening to this and have come this far, you are one who believes in love and spirit and connection. And you will recognize yourself when you are connected to spirit and when you are not. We invite you to disengage, to not engage in conversation and in messaging and so forth when you are in a position of fear, for that is not what you want to add to any situation, but rather love. Does this make sense, dear one?
It does. It's very clear. Thank
We
you.
understand and we can empathize and feel for we see many who are feeling caught in a trap. Do I leave behind family and friends to embark on this new journey of where I feel most comfortable, where I feel most connected to myself and to others? Do I leave behind others? Is this the way it must be? Well, for many of you, the answer will be yes. And for some, you may engage understanding that they are where they are. And playing it by ear as to when you may engage in a conversation that will perhaps lead them to seeing or feeling love. But you will never convince them through the feeling of fear, for that is where they already are. And if they are entrenched in their fear with their beliefs, they will not pick a new belief that is fearful as well. They will stick to the one they currently have. So if you can engage with family and friends from a position of love and intention for the best of all, no matter what that is, and have no tied expectations of how it should look, then by all means go ahead and engage. It is the expectation that it should be different than it is that is causing you grief, and that is all. For when you come to accept someone for where they are currently, holding the possibility that they will feel more love than fear at another date, that is when you are being the most powerful. It is when you refuse to see where they are, but rather only see where you want them to be, that you are least effective. Does this
Mm.
make sense?
It does. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, it rings true for me. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that this is going to resonate with. So thank you. I think it's something we know, but we need to be reminded.
Of course, for it is your journey of remembering after all. You know all of this. You have always known all of this. We are simply helping you bring it to the surface. And if you are listening here, then you are on your spiritual path consciously, and you know that the journey of remembering sometimes is more difficult than others. For everything is simple, but easy not always.
Thank
And
you.
as the planet is engaging in this rising consciousness at such a quick rate, there will be friction. But there will also be, and currently is, more love on your planet than has ever existed before. So do not be disheartened. For things are moving forward, dear ones, and you are, yes, you are part of the energy moving it forward. We love you oh so much. Hmm.
How do you feel?
It was like I was had a blanket of love. Every
Mm,
time they talked about friction or a denser energy or fear, it was like the blanket got tighter.
yeah,
It was kind of like, okay, we're going to talk about this, but we're going to protect you. That's what it felt like. I can't wait to go back and listen to this one. There was not a lot of images. Got hardly any images at all, but it was just this feeling. Yeah. So I'll be
yeah.
curious to go back and watch.
There was a lot there on different levels. I could
Mm.
see it in myself and I could see it in other people. So, yeah, we need the reminder.
Yeah, it has been a question that has come up lately in quite a few readings or conversations with,
Mm,
yeah. And I can see how conflict is definitely occurring in groups of people. Yeah. So this was
yeah.
great. So as always, everybody, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and all that kind of good stuff. We will see you soon.